Okay. Thank you,
Hello.
Dad. Hello. Thank
It's no
you
problem.
yeah. You happy for me to record this on video today? Is that okay with you?
Oh, I think so. You got my best side.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think it's set up pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we could start, if you could share like your first memories related to the guitar. Like, do you have a first memory of the guitar?
Oh, I remember I think I was about 14 or 15. I saw this advert in the paper for guitars. I think they were £5.
Oh goodness.
That was many, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, I think I'd like that. So I sent away for it.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it arrived, and that's basically when it all started.
Wow. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was only about 15 years old,
Goodness.
which was about 10 years ago.
Oh
So,
yeah,
I mean,
roughly.
yeah.
Yeah. So it was just the ad in the paper that inspired you
Yeah,
to have a go at it.
yeah, I've always loved music. I've
Yeah.
always liked listening to it, and yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it's something inside you
Yeah.
that clicks. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's
that's
awesome.
when I first
Yeah.
thought about it.
So you're about 15 when
Yeah.
you got this guitar. How long did it take you, or did you have a moment where you realised, yeah, I like this. This is the instrument for me. Did you have a moment like that?
Well, I think like anyone starting off as an instrument, you can't play it, but as soon as you get that first chord that zings, it's just right. It's like you think, oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
And then from there, you start getting that feeling inside that you want to play more and more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's when it happened for me.
Yeah. So do you remember how long it took you to get that first chord?
Oh, I think it's probably a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I think I had these little books that you get with all the chords in them, and I would think, I'll never be able to play all them. What's that one? So I just tried that one. Ding!
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's brilliant.
yeah.
Have you played any other instruments?
No, I haven't. No, the guitar's the only
That's
thing.
it.
Oh no, I tell a lie. I picked up the banjo. I got a banjo.
Oh, cool.
I started playing that, but
Yeah.
I didn't like that as much as the guitar.
Right.
No.
Right.
It was a good sound. It was a different sound, but no, the guitar's
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
Oh, I think.
What was it about the banjo that you didn't like?
It didn't have that melodic sound. Banjos are kind of plink, plink, plink,
Twangy
plink, with twangy sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
like
get it.
guitars are so low and mellow.
Yeah.
That's the sound I love,
Yeah.
Whereas,
Yeah.
the banjo. Yeah.
And do you think that relates to the type of music that you enjoyed when you were young? Is it that type of music in your environment?
I'm trying to think back what kind of music I liked. I loved the style of Bob Dylan in his younger days, let me add.
Yeah.
Didn't like his music as he got older, but his younger days, it was fantastic. Great music. And I listened to people like Peter, Paul and Mary, the Seekers, people like that kind of genre. Yeah, Joan Baez, love Joan Baez.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the type of music I listen to.
Right. And I guess they're all heavily the sound is very acoustic guitar with all of their music.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan in his early days was all guitar.
Yes. Yeah.
And as he got older, he brought in an orchestra and different stuff, and I think it ruined it.
Oh, yeah.
Shame on you, Bob. Yeah.
So it's quite a purist sort of approach to music in a way, with the musician and his guitar and his voice. And
yes, you've got no sound to hide behind.
Yeah.
the sound that you hear is the sound you're playing. And the sound that you hear when you're singing is your voice.
Yes.
Not something that's been amplified or, auto-tuned and all that.
Yeah.
As you say, yes, it's just pure. It's pure sound.
That's neat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you mentioned you had books that showed you the chords.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any lessons or anything?
I've never had a lesson in my life.
Is that right?
No, I've had to figure it out all on my own.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, but that's the way it is. You learn by your mistakes, and I had plenty of them. But
yeah,
the more you practice, the better you
the better
get.
you get.
Yeah.
So, could you put a number on, like, how many hours a week you'd practice?
Oh,
That's
I
a
think
hard
it was
question.
probably every day.
Yeah.
Whether it's a practice, I don't know whether it'd be a practice, but I just sat down and tried to get as many chords as I could.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everyone kept saying to me, "Oh, you'll never get what was it called? You'll never get B7 as a chord." And I thought, "What's this B7 nonsense?" So I tried it and I couldn't get it. I think that's that one then, is it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right.
And I thought, I got it.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard to play. So I thought, if I can get that one, I can get more.
Yeah.
So I went from there. Yeah.
So what do you think kept you motivated to keep at it every day? And like when somebody says, "Oh, you'll never get that," what was it that made you sort of go, "Well, yes, I will"?
I think it's challenges, and it's because I really wanted to do it. I wanted to be able to play the guitar.
Yeah.
Play the guitar, you have to get all the chords.
Yes.
That's a given. You can't get around that.
No.
And that's what motivated me because I love the sound of the guitar. I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
And that's what made me keep going.
Keep going. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So you mentioned Bob Dylan and Peter, Paul and Mary, and that style. Has that always been the style of music that you have played? Have you ever
It
played
has, yeah. I've never really got into any other style. Yeah, no. I found that it's not easy to play on the guitar, but it is easier than, say, pop music, where you basically need two or three people in the band. And but with you and the guitar, I just like the simple thing.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. That genre is called folk music.
Folk
is that
music,
right?
yes, yes. The music of the people.
Ah, yeah, lovely.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's great. Uh, so, did you ever play with anyone else, or has it always just been something you've done on your own?
No, at the very beginning, way back in about 1968, I formed a little group with my friend, just the two of us and two guitars. And I thought we were quite good, and we sounded good together. And but no, then we advertised for a female singer. We thought, no, the group needs a bit more sound. What kind of sound can we put into it? And I thought, let's try a female voice, And on another tangent, the young 17-year-old girl that came in was, I think you know her.
Yeah, I know her very well.
Yeah. Obviously ended up marrying her, and So she had a lovely voice and played the guitar as well. I think I remember the song she first sang to us. I think it was "Where Have All the Flowers Gone?"
Oh, okay, yes, it's a war.
I think it was Bob Dylan actually that wrote that.
That would make sense.
I'm not too sure. Yeah.
I should look into that. Yeah.
But yeah, and Yeah, it was the three of us for quite a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
And once your band came together, did you play just for fun, um, or did you ever play to make money? Was there ever any?
well, we didn't make much money on it, but at first we just played together, and once we had a few songs that we knew quite well and they sounded good,
Mm.
we thought let's go and try and get a little gig in a pub somewhere, you know.
Neat, yeah.
And we did. We played in quite a few bars and
Oh,
clubs
great.
and venues,
Yeah.
and they were great times. They were
Yeah.
really fabulous times, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, that's neat.
Um, One story in particular, my friend and I, not with Isabel, but a friend and I went to Ireland for a tour around Ireland,
Oh, cool.
and we took our two guitars with us.
Ah, brilliant.
And Ireland's full of these little pubs, these little, I forget what you call them, just little bars, little pubs with a
Yeah.
fire going and
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Yes.
real good atmosphere.
Yeah.
So we went into this one in Belfast, and we were just sitting there singing a few songs and enjoying the night.
Mm.
And my friend said to me, Robert, you better look behind you. I thought, why? So I looked behind me, and there's this shelf behind me
Yeah.
with about 10 pints of Guinness that people had bought me while I
Oh,
was singing.
wow.
You know, I thought, oh my God, I can't drink.
10 pints of Guinness.
And that's the way the Irish are. They're
Yeah.
you know, if you do something for them, they will do something for you. So they'd
Right.
been buying me these drinks all
And
night,
you didn't
and I
notice.
didn't
Oh,
realise it. You know?
that's a
But
great story.
yeah.
I love
So I
it.
think they finished up drinking it themselves.
Oh, well, you would have been their best friend then.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
no,
so
that was a funny
cool.
story. That one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. So you would have got a lot out of, um, not only playing guitar for yourself, but playing your guitar for other people.
Oh, by far, yeah,
Like
yeah,
so that you found that quite rewarding, did you?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that you want to stand up in front of a crowd and say, "Look how good I am! I can play this." That's
Gotcha.
not the way it is.
Mm. Mm.
It's just this feeling that you've been blessed with a gift. You know,
Yeah.
the gift
Yeah.
of the guitar,
Yeah.
and if you can share that, well, why not?
Mm.
You know, and that's the
Mm.
way I've always looked at it.
Right.
And there is a tremendous feeling when you play a song and you get response back
Yeah.
by people clapping and appreciating you, or coming
Awesome.
up later and saying, "Look, that song really moved me. It meant a lot to me."
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
great. I think and
Yeah.
that's the way the world should be.
Yes.
If you've got a gift, share it.
That's
You
awesome.
know,
That's a really lovely sentiment. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't about attention to you. It was about putting positive feelings into other people and
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
how they felt about it.
And
Yeah.
we used to play a lot in the church. You know, we used to play a lot of church music.
Yeah.
And that can be very uplifting at times, you know.
Yeah.
Just a special atmosphere in the church and you singing away and everyone singing behind you. It's a good feeling.
Mm.
So,
Oh, that's great.
mm.
Yeah. Um, so, um, has there ever been a time in your life where you haven't been able to play your guitar, where life has interrupted your guitar playing?
Well, I guess it's my own fault. It wasn't life itself. It was a silly accident that happened to me. Um, I was sawing off a piece of wood with a skill saw or a mechanical saw, and I happened to put my fingers underneath it, and it nearly took them off. But I was lucky to have saved them.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I've never really been the same since.
Mm.
I can still play it, but it's like sometimes you don't get the note right, you know. You get a I've played it okay there, but sometimes you get a rattly string, you know.
Yeah.
That,
I get what you mean.
and
Yeah.
that's because my fingers are kind of bent, you
Yeah.
know. Maybe
Yeah.
see it on the.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, as long as I can still play it, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But that's about the only time that's I couldn't play it for about maybe 6 weeks, something like that, till they all healed up.
Yeah.
And then it's trying to bend them back into position again. That's what really took a long time.
Yeah.
I kind of, what do you call them? Splints, is it? Split? What do you call them?
Splints.
Splints,
Yes.
yeah, to pull them all back.
Yeah.
Because at first they were bent right like that because of being sewn up. So I've had to stretch them right back.
Yeah.
But that's as far as they'll go. So, yeah.
So how long do you think it took you to? Well, it's almost like relearning, wasn't it?
It is, yeah, and it was. I think frustration is the best word to use because you know in your mind how good you were before an accident.
Yeah.
And if you can never get that level back again, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
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 But that's life, and it was my own fault, and just have to live with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the sound that you can make on the guitar now, are you happy with how you play the guitar, or does it still give you a bit of frustration? Or?
Yeah, I'd say on the level of 1 to 10, 1 being rubbish and 10 being great. I probably see myself as about a 6.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. And before your accident?
Before it, I thought it was up round about a 9 because you only get feedback from other people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So when I played, other people come up and said, "Look, that's really marvelous." Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And that's all you can gauge yourself on.
Yeah.
But now, as I say, I've got a few rattly chords, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the way it is. I think, yeah, I'm only about a 5 or a 6 now.
Right. And that's interesting because if I share a bit of my own personal perspective, which normally you wouldn't be able to do in an interview, but because I do know you, to a novice ear like mine, your guitar playing sounds beautiful, but because but because you have a trained ear to yourself. I don't mean like technically trained, but you're trained to what you could do. That you're probably your own worst critic in a way, because you can hear.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I'd probably put too high a level on myself. Yeah, I'm my own worst critic. Yeah. A lot of people have said that to me. That sounded fine. I said, no, it didn't. It's rubbish. I can play it better than that. But
yeah, but there's a lot to be said for that. What it means for you and what it sounds like for you, and knowing what you were capable of before your accident. So I totally understand that. And just like one last question, and this is really a hypothetical question, and it's if let's say if your accident, you weren't quite so lucky with your accident with your fingers, and you weren't able to play the guitar ever again, how do you think that would have impacted your life and how you feel? And
oh, that's a good question.
I know it's a very hard
a good one.
Very hypothetical.
Yeah. What would it be like? Well, on a very, very minor scale, are you ever, say, eating a bowl of the best dessert, right?
Yeah.
You're munching away into it, and everyone does it. They leave the last spoonful, and they get it all together. That last spoonful's always. Oh,
Yes.
You go to the last spoon, and someone whips the bowl away from you.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
Well, multiply that by about 100.
Yeah.
And that's the way I'd probably feel.
Wow. Goodness.
Would it change my life? I think it would change my life. You feel that you've lost a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
because you're always holding on to your friend, aren't you? You know, and
Yes, yes.
if that's gone, well, knowing you're never ever going to get it back, no matter what you do. And no, I think that would be a bit devastating, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
I would get over it, but take a long while.
Absolutely would. Yeah.
Yeah, because see, this guitar in particular has been a lot of places. I've seen a lot of things you don't really want to know about. Some of these joints that you go into are, you know,
fair enough.
pretty rough.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing as a young group in the pubs, and all these men used to come up to Isabel and say, "Can I buy you a drink, dear?" And I would say, "No, no, you cannot. Just go away." You know? Yeah. They were great days. They were good days.
Yeah.
But no, this is my friend, and hopefully I'll be able to play it till I'm no longer here. And
yep, absolutely.
and if I can teach it to anyone, I will.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, that's great. It's been fantastic. Being able to get lessons off you and starting to learn, and I have had the odd small moment where I've got my chord just right and I've struck those strings and it sounded lovely.
That's what I was saying in the beginning. That's where the spark comes in. You know, you think, "Wow, that sounds really good."
Yeah.
Can I do that again?
Yes.
You go.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
As long as I can have that little wee spark, just every so often, it'll keep me going. But yeah.
And I think another beauty of the guitar is, if you're talented enough, is to write your own songs. You know. And I think that's tremendous satisfaction if you can do that.
Yeah, and that's actually something that you've managed to do. Hey.
Yeah, I've written 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah.
So
that's the ultimate self-expression, isn't it? Being able to put your thoughts into lyrics and then actually be able to perform that.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's magic.
Some people can't do it. Again, it's a blessing if you can. It's just a gift that you've been given. And again, use that gift. Yeah. Write a song.
Yeah.
Please people.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's awesome.
You won't please them all of the time, but hey.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's great. Oh, well, that's about all I needed to ask you about. Thank you so much for sharing. It's been great.
Yeah.
Thank you.